呪術廻戦
Okay, let's read chapter 217 of Jujutsu Kaisen, Yoku, Bath, Part 2. Kao nante suku ni madoseba ii janai. Okay, your face or whatever, towards liking, if returned, it's good, isn't it? Okay, so this is Sukuna in Fushigoro's body and whatever the person's name is in his sister's body. And they were lovers previously. Watch the previous chapters. And they were talking about like changing the face. So the face, like if you return, you could return the face back to whatever you like. Presumably, this is her saying this to Sukuna, that Sukuna could change Fushigoro's face back to Sukuna's face. So yeah, again, face or whatever, towards liking, if you return it, that would be good, wouldn't it? それだけ、受肉体へのアドバンテージはあなたにあるはずよ。Just that thing, as for an advantage of towards the physically incarnated body, to you exist ought to. Okay, so yeah, this is her saying this to him. Just that thing, as for an advantage over or towards your physical body, your physically incarnated body, to you, that advantage ought to exist. So you should have that advantage to be able to do that, to change the face as you like. He responds, それは Yorozu. So that's her name. I couldn't remember how to pronounce this. Yorozu. それはYorozu, お前も同じだろ? So as for that, Yorozu, you also, it's the same, right? So like you could do it the same. ふふ、考えることは一緒ね. So she laughs and says, as for the thinking things, it's the same. Or we're together, aren't we? この方が後々都合がいいものね. This direction, later circumstances being a good thing, you know? This direction, nochi, distant future circumstances, like conditions. Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah, circumstances, conditions. It's a good thing, isn't it? So they're both thinking in the future they're going to have to fight with friends of these people, and keeping the face of their friends will give them an advantage because their friends will hesitate in hurting them, sort of a thing. So that's what she says about, like, we're both thinking the same thing. We're together in our thoughts, aren't we? This direction in the future, it's good circumstances. Okay. 後々 distant future, この後があると思ってるのか? After this existing, you're thinking? Okay. So, yeah, he said distant future. This afterwards, if it exists, that's what you're thinking. In other words, like you're thinking that there's something after this, like what's about to happen. Okay, so with that, the attacks start. So she starts her attack wherever he was, smacking it. We don't quite yet know. She has some sort of like bug or insect type of thing. It's not yet clear. Okay, of course he dodged. Zupapapapa. Okay, that's her like kicking and him blocking. Oos. All right, he gives a kick. Bah. That's her sticking her tongue out at him, making that sound. Tenshi ga ita desho? Okay. Angel existed, right? Angel was there, right? She's asking this question. あいつ、あなたに気づいてなかったんじゃない? That guy, or those guys, by you, didn't notice, isn't it that? Okay, so she's talking about the being that's inside Kurusu, Tenshi, Angel. Angel was there, right? That person, to you, not noticed, isn't it that? Like they didn't notice you, those guys didn't notice you, or that guy didn't notice you? Isn't it that? でも私は気づいたわ. But as for me, I noticed. So I'm the one that noticed. なぜだと思う? Why is that, do you think? いちいち反応を求めるな. One by one, response requesting don't do. Don't ask for answers one by one. 一人で喋る癖に alone habit of talking. Like, yeah, you have the bad habit of talking alone, like to yourself or on your own. It's love. Love. Yeah. So, like, I noticed. They didn't notice that, but I noticed. Why is that? It's love. 戒律とこれから来る憎悪では愛を超えることはできない。Okay, so 戒律 and それから来る and the things that come from them? What is 戒律? That's like, isn't this like law and commandment? Or constitution? Yeah, religious precepts, commandments. Religious precepts and like the things that come from those. As for with like Zol, that's just hatred. Hatred, yes. それから来る憎悪では. Okay. Yeah, religious precepts and through the hatred that comes from them. Ai o koeru koto wa dekinai. As for the event of surpassing love, it's not possible. Okay, so she's saying, right, this is kind of a weird thing, but the hatred, commandments, religious precepts, and the hatred that comes from them, it's not possible for them to exceed love. Ne Sukuna, isn't that so, Sukuna? あなたを殺すのは私でありたい。私を殺すのはあんたであってほしい。Okay. So, as for the one killing you, being me want to exist. So I guess like I want it to be me. I want to be the one that kills you. And as for the one that kills me, by you having or existing desiring. So basically, as for the one that kills me, I'm wanting it to be you. "それでも私が勝った後、生きていたら、あなたは私に何をくれる?" Or, me, after winning, if alive, as for you, to me, what will do the favor of giving? Okay, or, yeah, after me winning, like, as for you, if you're alive, what will you give me? I don't think she would win if you were still alive. Oh, whatever. Subete, everything. ありえん話だが、負けたのならば死んだも同然。 Arianai is just, it's not impossible, like it's possible. Improbable. It's an improbable and impossible story, but if it's having lost and even dying, it's dolzen. It's the same thing. It's similar to dying. Yeah, but basically, if I've lost, then it's similar to dying. So it's an impossible story. Shitai o dou shiyou to kisama no jiyuu da. A corpse, how trying to do your freedom. So it's your freedom to do what you want with a corpse. Jane, kikkon. Nante koto mo. Well then. Marriage or whatever, that thing also. Katte ni shiro. Katte either means randomly or like as you please. So do as you please. Do whatever you want. He's just futzing with his hand here. Genchi totari. Okay, taking a genchi. Genchi totari. A commitment. Like I've taken a commitment or a pledge. Oh, hi, shibari. Yes, a binding. Oh boy. Okay. Watashi ga seisai. I'm the one that will be like the true wife. True wife? Seisai? A legal wife. Yeah. I will be your legal wife. True wife. You can see he's thrilled. Mekake nante yurusanai kara. And a mekake or whatever will not allow. I think we can guess what a mekake is. That's going to be a mistress or concubine. Yes. Yeah. So I will be your legal true wife. A mistress or concubine or whatever, I will not allow it. Kongi de wa saite de mo muramitsu horobu shimashou. And as for with the wedding ceremony, at the lowest, even the lowest, 3 villages, let's destroy. Okay. Let's destroy at least 3 villages at the minimum. At the minimum 3 villages for the wedding ceremony. Da, 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 da. She is so happy, her mouth is forming a heart. Somehow her mouth is forming a heart. Look how ecstatic she is. Wait, what is going on here? Okay. All right, so here's the double page. This is presumably the wedding ceremony happening up here or something with the heads of people hanging there. This is happening, and then we'll work our way through this strange page. This is likely her fantasy of getting married or something. Okay. What do we have here? Yokyo de wa mura ichiban no binan no hoshikubi ni shite sono kawari yuku sama o minna de ku ni suru no. Okay, so something about making verses with everyone. Okay. Yokyo de wa. As for entertainment, or like as entertainment, as a sideshow, the village's #1 beautiful men doing towards, dried heads. Okay, yes, hoshikubi. Which strangely strangely is not coming up as a word, but hoshikubi is literally dried head or dried neck, but dried head, that's what these are, right? So she said, destroy 3 villages, and the village's number 1 beautiful men doing towards shrunken heads or dried heads, and sono kawari yuku-sama. Sono kawari, like in exchange? Yeah, instead, or on the other hand, yuku-sama. Yuku-sama ominade. With everyone, yuku-sama, that's going, maybe like to the wedding ceremony. With everyone that's going to the wedding ceremony, doing ku, which is like haiku. Yeah, versus whatever, that sort of a thing. So doing this, or maybe like on the other hand, with everyone that's, again, I'm thinking like going to the ceremony, like making haiku or making verse. And here's the verse. Ikemen mo hoseba pika pika itokashi. And then that's her name, right? What's her name? Yoros. Hey, Shona, how's it going? What's her name? Yorosu? Yorozu. Yeah. So she signed the verse here. So ikemen mo. Ikemen is a beautiful man. So even beautiful men, when they're dried, or if they're dried, sparkling itokashi. Itokasu? Itokare? I don't know. Itokashi. I don't know what itokashi here is. Or is it ito okashi? Oh, is that like cotton candy? Thread candy? I think that might be ito okashi. Oh yeah, we're not getting, I think that's what that's supposed to be. Oh no, it's not pika pika, it's kapi kapi. What is kapi kapi? Crusty, flaky, dried out. Okay, that makes much more sense. So again, even pretty boys, when they're dried out, get flaky and crusty. It's like cotton candy. Ito okashi. Anyway, whatever. It's thread candy. And there we go. There they are. And again, she signed it. Kigo wa? Okay. Wow, we're getting deep here in the lore. Kigo is seasonal words. As for Kigo, so normally when you compose a haiku, there's a seasonal word, something that evokes the particular season. It could be a type of flower. It could be the sound of a certain animal. There's a variety of things that are considered Kigo, seasonal words. And Sukuna is asking here, like, where's your Kigo? Where's your seasonal words? So there we go. This is presumably them at the wedding ceremony or whatever. Uraume wa, as for uraume, aitsu wa juniku shiteru, as for that person, reincarnation doing, has this person been reincarnated? Uraume, is that like a well-known poet? Japanese poet, Uraume. There is no prominent Oh, wow. The search does. Oh, Uraume is the frosty lady. Okay. No. So this is the frosty lady that hangs out with him. So she's asking, what about Uraume? Has she been reincarnated? Oh, yeah. I saw the embroidery project. That's looking very cool. Thank you. Thank you for posting that. Ryori wa aitsu ni shikirasemashou. As for cooking, as for food, to that person, shikirasema. Let's like leave it to her to do the work. Let's leave it to her to do the cooking, meaning for the wedding ceremony. Shiki. Yeah, so shikiru means to partition, to divide, or to direct, to take responsibility. So like let's let her take the responsibility to that person for the cooking. Favorite food, yes. Enno no potaju wa masto dakara. Because portage of monkey brains is a must. Portage of monkey brains, no, is a must. Yeah, potage is a thick soup. Okay. Tenshon agate kita. The tension is coming to increase. The tension is rising. I think tension in this case is also, yeah, like highness of spirits. Like she's getting excited. As you can see, she's getting quite excited at the idea of this wedding. Gyokuken. Okay, meanwhile, Sukuna is summoning Fushiguro's jeweled beasts, or jeweled dogs. Zoo, zoo, zoo. Okay, that's her and her hand. Okay, that took a while to understand what was happening there. Baga. All right, doggies getting destroyed, maybe. Not quite clear what's going on with this one. Boon. Boon is usually the sound that means like missing, like whiffing, or something not striking. It looks like they're both in the air. Okay, and coming down with a crash. Okay, either a wind or something streaking here towards Sukuna, these things. Okay, and a big explosion or eruption of those things. Some sort of circle thing going on. She's like doing something here that may be like Sukuna flying by in the sky, or maybe one of the dogs. Or it's him. Pew, pew, pew. Okay, the ring, I guess she's controlling this ring and things are coming out of it, chasing him. Pita? Mate, wait. Pasha. Nani sore? What's that? Sono utsuwa no jutsushiki? A technique of that vessel? Ah. Mizushi wa. Yeah. As for Mizushi. Mizushi. What is that second kanji? Oh, the shrine. This is Sukuna's. This is Sukuna's domain or his technique. So yeah, she's saying like, what's that? This is like the techniques of your vessel. She's asking like, what about your technique, Mizushi? It's been forever since we've seen that name, but I recognize the name here, the miniature shrine with the double doors. It's something else, right? It's like Hell's Kitchen or whatever. The name is not quite right. Mizushi wa tsukawan. As for Mizushi, will not use. So he says, I'm not going to use that one. Fushiguro megumi no tamashi o shizumeru tame Fushiguro tsumiki o hakai suru. Okay, so Sukuna here is thinking, Megumi's soul, in order to sink it, so he wants, again, the whole point of this is to kill her, Megumi's sister, to basically depress, get rid of, sink the soul of Megumi. So in order to do that, in order to depress the soul of Megumi, Tsumiki will do destruction. I will destroy her. Tokusa no kage boujutsu no mi de, sore o okonai douji ni Fushiguro no tamashi ni. Okay, so this is we haven't seen this in a while, but the 10 types of like shadow method technique, only with that, this is something that Fushiguro does. Only using that, the 10 variety of shadow method technique. Proceeding with that, meaning this, to proceed with depressing his soul, and at the same time, to Fushiguro's soul, Mizu kara ane o te ni kaketa toyu kizu o kizumu. Kizumu is to carve or chisel. Oh, sorry, kizamu. Yeah, to mince, to carve, to engrave. Mincing or carving, engraving a wound called one's own, I guess like teni kaketa mizukara ane, like hurting one's own sister. Teni kakeru. Yeah. So teni kakaru is to place to fall into someone's hands, meaning one's own sister falling into one's hands for presumably bad purposes. And that's the scar, the wound that he wants to engrave on the soul of Fushiguro Megumi at the same time by doing this. Okay. Soul suru koto de Fushiguro Megumi no tamashi no ishi mo sogu. Sogu is to chip away, to thin down. Through the event of doing it that way, by doing so, oh, hi, Kiki. By doing it that way, will chip away, will wear down even the will, the volition of the soul of Megumi. Zaken janai wa yo. Okay, zaken. This is like, fuck you. Don't fuck around. And that's a face to match that phrase. Don't use this phrase. Zaken janai wa yo. It's usually zaken na, but whatever. Zaken janai. What is actually just zaken? I don't know. All right, there's his reaction. She's throwing a fit here. これから妻となる女に from here on to the woman that will become your wife. これから妻となる女に yeah, to a woman that becoming your wife from here on. あなたの術式以外で触れるなんてどういうつもり? Your techniques outside of, with that, touching or whatever, what sort of an intent? Yeah. What do you mean by touching or whatever, like the woman that's going to become your wife with like an outside of you technique or an outside technique of you? Dash, dash, dash. She's pouting. 私にそういう趣味はないわよ. To me, those sorts of interest, as for that, does not exist. Like I'm not interested in that sort of a thing. I don't have any shumi in that. Yeah, that's not to my tastes, preferences, liking. Mizushi nashide, without Mizushi, the Hell's Kitchen. Watashi ni kateru to moteru no? Against me winning, thinking? So you think you can win against me without using Mizushi? Pakiki? Okay. The pakiki is whatever this is happening to her. It's like popping, cracking sounds. Something is happening for whatever she's doing. Yorozu no kouchiku jutsu shiki wa. All right, so we're getting a little bit of description now as to what her technique is. So as for Yorozu's organization or construction technique, Kochiku is just like construction. Yeah. So as for her construction technique, Tokushu na jugu o nozoki, accepting special curse tools, so not including accepting, removing, not including special curse tools. As for her technique, Tanren shidai de Yorozu honnin ga ninshiki dekiru bushitsu wa horo subete saigen dekiru. Okay. Using Tanren, which I know this word. Tempering, forging, shidai. Shidai is just like depending on. Dependent upon. I'm not quite sure how to take shidai here. But okay, through tempering and forging, or depending on tempering and forging, Yorozu herself, confirmation or recognition able to do substances, as for that, approximately everything, recreation, reappearance able to do. Saigen is to, reproduce. Okay. All right. So her technique is using this, tempering, depending upon forging, tempering, hardening. Or I guess Tanren can also be training, depending on the training. As for substances that she is able to recognize for herself, approximately everything she is able to do reproducing. She can reproduce everything except for special curse tools. Okay, so it's a substance. At the end of the day, she can recreate any substance that she has like the appropriate training or something. This is what her construction technique does. Kazu aru bugu o kouchiku shi, rekisen no jutsushi to natta Yorozu ga 行き着いたのは、数ある武具. This is like numbers existing weapon tools doing construction. And rekisen, like historical battles or long military service. Okay. So Yorozu, who has become a sorcerer of long military service, doing construction of numerous weapon tools. Ikitsuita no. As for having gone and arrived? Yeah. As for having arrived at. Okay. So Yorozu, as for having arrived at whatever, having done all this, Hanji Ritsu Seigyo, Juryoku ni yori, Bussei o ante saseta mama, taiseki o henka saseru ekitai kinzoku. Okay. This is going to culminate in talking about a liquid metal being able to reproduce. Okay, Hanji, which is presumably what this is. Half date, no. Hanjiritsu. Jiritsu Seigyo. All right, what is Jiritsu? Self-control, autonomous. Half autonomous control? Half autonomous control. Cursed energy due to that. Oh man. Usei. Physical properties. Making stabilization of physical properties using this, using cursed energy. Ante is to stabilize. As it was, Taiseki. Capacity volume, making transformation of the capacity volume of a metal fluid. Okay. All right. So through all this, her history of blah, 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 a metal fluid making henka, which is just transformation, making a change of the volume with like a changeable volume as it is, making stabilized of the physical properties using or due to cursed energy that's like half autonomously controlled. Okay. Soste. And so, in addition, amata no seitai kino o oryo tokka saseta niku no yoroi. Okay, this is like armor of the flesh. And you can see there's the armor of the flesh. I'll zoom out in a second. Armor of the flesh that makes like a special transformation of low use.
Oh, ha, 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 ha.
Diversion. Wait, no, that can't be right. Appropriation of amata. Many. Many, like seitai is just like not biological, but yeah, organisms functions. The many organism functions, I guess, appropriating. Yeah, okay. Appropriating the functions of like a multitude of living organisms making special transformation armor of flesh. Okay, so that's what she uses that liquid metal to do. All right, so there we go. And then Hachichi. Meanwhile, Fushiguro, our Sekuna, is doing this. We recognize this, right? This is that really powerful divine beast or whatever it was called that they had taken up. Narashi unten ni wa chodoi. Narashi, like if that's the case. Oh, breaking in. Oh, right, Narashi. Yeah, so breaking in unten experience operation. As for an operation for breaking in, it's perfect. Yeah. So he's talking about this like this a time for breaking in, meaning this creature. This is like perfect for that. Okay. Phew. That was ridiculously tortured. But that's the end of the chapter. That is the end of 217. That is the end of the volume. That is the end of the volume. So as usual, we'll take a look at any art we have here, which is nothing. This book was published in 2023. It's the first printing. There is presumably the finger of Itarori that Sukuna fed to Fushiguro. Nothing on the back. Okay, well that's 24. Let's go ahead and do 25. There we go. There's a volume 25. There's Sukuna there in Fushiguro's body. Oh, interesting. All right. Oh, wait. Look under the cover. Yeah, we defaulted to the Kogane. Who is this? Oh, it's Kenjaku. That's Kenjaku, I think. If not, who cares? All right. Okay, here's our cast of characters. Yep, now listed as Kenjaku. And now listed as Yorozu. Okay. All right, and there is our chapters for volume 25. We see there's 2 more chapters in the Bath series. A few more chapters, and it looks like we start another series of stuff. So next time, chapter 218 of volume 25. We'll start with that next time.